Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Real or Real podcast. This is a show where we like to tell either true crime or paranormal stories, and it is up to the other host to decide whether it's a real report of something that happened or if it's the fictional storyline to a TV show, book, movie, whatever. My name is Bone Dragon, and joining me as always is the lovely.
Fa la 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 pixie dusted.
If you can't tell, we are doing a very special episode as it's July.
Christmas in July.
We all know what July means.
Wait, is the story Christmas?
Yeah.
Or do I just have Christmas on the brain because on my other channel I'm doing Christmas in July?
No, it's a Christmas story.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. I picked it out specifically for that.
All right, Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Where's my present?
Well,
Aw.
let's talk about that.
Is there at least some cocoa
I can make you some cocoa really quick.
with marshmallows?
I can run to the store and get marshmallows really quick.
No, let's just do this.
Okay, fine. We'll just do the story.
Okay.
So this story is going to be really cool. There's not a lot of crime. This is more of a paranormal story, but it will have to do with murder.
Murder.
Just not the kind of murder that you're thinking of.
Well, I don't typically think of murders, so you're probably right.
Let me tell you a story.
So it's July. Why not celebrate a little bit of Christmas? Because, last month we did halfway to Halloween, which we really didn't celebrate on the show, did we?
No. But I mean, if we do have anybody listening from down below the equator, it's a very good chance that they are celebrating Christmas now because this would be their winter.
Okay, it would be their winter, but would they really be celebrating Christmas?
Well, yeah,
don't
that's
know.
actually where the whole Christmas in July thing came from.
Oh.
Is that a lot of times, like for example, in Australia, a lot of Australian people do go ahead and celebrate some type of a smaller Christmas festival in July because it's cold there now.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
that gives them the whole, they get to see mainstream media with the snow and, chilly Christmas vibes and
Why not us?
yeah, they don't get that. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Anyway, we're not talking about Australia today.
No.
Today, we're going to be talking about a little town in England.
A little town called Bethlehem.
Not quite, no.
No? Okay.
What we're discussing is actually a place called Red House. It is a beautiful, large, and sprawling manor in a town called Bexleyheath in southeast London.
Okay.
Okay? Red House,
I say that as if I know.
right.
I know London.
I-
You don't go there for Christmas.
No, you don't go there for Christmas. Especially with all the aliens and everything.
Aliens and fires and explosions and little blue
mean,
boxes and no.
I
No-
know that they've
no
I know
London
that
for
they've
Christmas.
survived the last few Christmases, but man, that's kind of scary,
Yeah, no. You don't go to Cardiff for Christmas either.
No, definitely not.
That's just as bad.
No. All right, so we're going to be talking about a place called Red House.
Okay.
Okay. Red House was built in 1860 by William Morris, who is a pretty famous painter and artist. He built it for his family to live in. And the house, because he was an artist, he was in good with the artist community. And his house was pretty much like a real, I don't want to say like party house, because that kind of draws the idea of like those kind of parents that ignore their kids, and, you know, they're having car key parties and stuff like that. But that's not what the case is here.
Well, at that time in history, parties, gatherings of any kind would have been a big thing, because what else did they have to do, you know?
Right. I mean, pretty much the thing is,
socialization was big.
basically what the house was for William and his friends and his wife and family was basically just somewhere where they could all congregate
It was
and
for
hang out
entertaining,
together. Yeah.
like Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was basically just an area where they could all come together and live, you know?
I like Bridgerton.
Yeah.
I also like Gilded Age. It's on HBO Max, and it's a really good. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm getting. I get
it's
so
okay.
distracted. I go off on these little tangents.
It's
But
okay.
it's set in the United States of
Yeah.
America, the Gilded Ages. But back to Bridgerton. Go ahead.
Not exactly Bridgerton. We're talking about Red House. Okay. Red House was designed and built by William Morris for his wife Jane and their kids, and basically somewhere for their friends just to go and hang out, you know?
So more like Downton Abbey.
Sure.
Stop. Right.
I'll go. We'll go with that one.
Okay.
Okay. But the Morrises lived there for about 5 years. And normally this would be the point where I tell you some tragic story about the Morrises, but there isn't one. The family was known to be very happy there, aside from one situation where Jane and one of William's friends might have had a slight attraction going on, but there's no proof that anything ever came of that.
Oh,
But yeah.
scandalous.
It's said that the reason why they left Red House was because William's business ventures didn't quite pan out. And it wasn't like a destitution type of situation. Basically, it was they sold the house to make sure that they wouldn't go in the poorhouse, basically. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So let's get rid of this large house. Cut our
This is our
losses,
largest
and
expenditure.
downsize. Okay.
Right. Let's downsize so that we could stay okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, because for that time period, it took a lot of money to run any type of estate like that.
Right, it did. But after that, the house crossed hands many times, all right? One of the more interesting aspects of the story is that Red House, for some reason, had a really hard time finding buyers, and those buyers would never live there long. Okay? So let me tell you about some of those buyers right now. On Christmas Eve of 1927, Christopher and Violet Snelling invited 9 of their friends to celebrate Christmas with them. Their young son Reggie was there as well. The Snelling family was pretty well-to-do. Not totally rich, but had enough money where they could buy Red House. When they bought the house, the first big renovation that they were going to do was installing electric lights. Because that house at night and in the dark got near pitch black. You couldn't see anything. So, yeah, after they did that, they decided to celebrate that and also celebrate Christmas by having all their friends come, right? So, most of the guests at this party knew each other pretty well. 2 of those guests went by the names Aaron Pemberton and Anne Guthridge. Aaron and Anne's husband Timothy had been pretty much best friends for a long time. And after Tim died, Aaron continued being friends with Anne. They were known to be platonically friendly. So people had said that they would joke flirtingly, but they would never cross that line, ever. So.
Okay, so they weren't together.
No, they weren't
Just good
together.
friends.
They were just really good friends.
Okay.
You know, it's almost like when you have that friend who's like, you are a sister. You've been sister zoned. What is it? Oh, sorry, friend zoned.
Friend zoned.
Friend zoned. Anyway, so when dinner was over, they decided to play some games. And somebody suggested a game of Hunt, which is what we call Manhunt now. Reggie, the son, suggested a variation of it that he and his friends called Murder.
Murder.
In this variation, everybody gets a scrap of paper, and on one of those scraps of paper is written the word murder. Okay, whoever gets that scrap is the murderer. Nobody else knows who it is. After that, they turn the lights out throughout the house. Whoever is the murderer goes out and finds a place to hide.
I am familiar with this game somewhat.
Are you?
I am, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell you how until we get to the end.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Then after a set amount of time, the others go out to find the murderer, still in the dark. If two people meet, they are to challenge each other by asking murder, and if the other person isn't the murderer, they answer with murder. If they are the murderer, they don't answer at all.
They answer with ch ch ch. Or
Or
wee, wee.
do 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 do. Bwah, bwah. Okay. Then the challenger hides with the murderer until all the others find them, and the last one to find them is the loser. Okay?
Okay.
So we understand the rules of this game now.
Yes.
All right, so Christopher, the father, warned the others, though, be careful of the servants' stairs at the back of the house. Apparently, the previous owner had a party some years before where one of their guests had died by falling down the stairs. And so that sucked. But they all promised to be careful, and the game began.
That would definitely be a party foul.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't,
I mean,
you don't die at parties.
You think spilling a beer is one thing? Just wait until you fall down a set of stairs and break your neck.
Yeah, that's not cool. Don't do that.
No, not at all. All right, so the first round went really well, and everybody was having fun running through the house, yelling murder at each other. When they got done, they were still in the dark, and Christopher, the father, was counting everybody to make sure that they were all there. When he did, he counted 13. If you remember, it was Christopher, his wife Violet, their son Reggie, and 9 of their friends. Can you do the math on that real quick?
Wait, that's 12.
That's 12. That is 12 people. So Christopher thinks to himself, he's like, well, maybe I miscounted. It's dark in here. People are moving around. Maybe I just miscounted. So he turned the light on real quick so that he could, double, so that he could count again. And this time he counted 12. So he's like, okay, I just miscounted the first time. All right, so the next round, Reggie thought of his wardrobe and how big it is. And he had planned on using it as a hiding spot when it was his turn to be the murderer, and thought that somebody else might have thought of that also. So he went up to his room and opened the wardrobe. And while searching in the wardrobe, he felt a hand and asked, "Murderer?" And the person didn't answer. So he thought that he had found the murderer, right? So doing what he was supposed to do, he hid in the wardrobe with the murderer.
Ooh. no. And they didn't end up in Narnia. It was just him there with some ghost.
I know, right?
Ah!
Who's to say it was a ghost, though? Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe it was one of the guests.
Maybe
Who's
it
to
was
say?
a guest. Maybe it was a guest. But
Maybe.
my first thought is he felt a hand but didn't actually look to see if there was anybody there. And oh my gosh, it's a ghost.
Well, it's hard to see because they're in the dark. Plus,
Right.
this house is notoriously dark at night.
Yeah, first of all, there's no way that I would be doing that. Nuh-uh, no thank you.
What, even playing the
That
game?
is some crazy white people, I'm going to get killed first in a horror movie shit. It's got some truth behind it because I think because white people just think that they're like
Untouchable.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're above anything. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing's going to happen to me.
This can't happen to me.
Hmm.
I'm rich.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no way I would be playing this game in the dark. I'd be like, y'all go do your thing. I'm gonna sit right here by this light that is on.
Yeah.
Y'all have fun.
All right, so Reggie finds the murderer, climbs into the wardrobe with them, and basically just sits there and waits
Right.
for other people to come along. But the longer he waits, he started to feel like something wasn't right. And there's a quote of him saying, "The air felt thick and buzzed like electricity." So he hopped out of the wardrobe and turned on his light real quick. When he did, he found that there was nobody in the room with him.
See, told you, ghost.
But he swore that he had actually felt a hand
Right.
in the wardrobe earlier.
Creepy.
It's spoochy time. And see, the funny thing is that I don't know where this tradition came from, but like apparently it is an English tradition to tell ghost stories at Christmas time.
Oh, that started like way back in I want to say like the 1700s, 1600s, like a long
Yeah.
time ago. And it continued to be a tradition up through the 1800s because you've got, Charles Dickens writing some of the most famous Christmas time ghosty stories ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I think it's a nice tradition, and I think we should do that here in the United States as well. We should
A lot of
tell
people-
scary stories on Christmas Eve.
a lot of people are actually trying to bring that back.
Yeah, no more of this
So-
this 'twas the night before Christmas crap, and kerchiefs and hats and sugar plums and no ghosts. We want ghosts and demons and Belschnickel and Krampus.
Well, we've already got Krampus.
Krampus.
Krampus! Anyway. All
Okay,
right, so
go ahead.
So the next round, Aaron went off to find the murderer. Aaron, the guest.
Yes, the one who
who's-
is in
who's
a
friends with
platonic
Anne.
relationship with that lady.
Yes.
Gotcha.
While looking, he thought that he saw one of the curtains move, so he felt around it and felt someone standing behind it. So he challenged, and he didn't get a reply. So he hid behind the curtain as well, like you're supposed to do, right?
No. not
Trying
again.
to strike up a conversation, he asked this person who it was, and he heard her whisper, "Brenda."
Brenda.
Yeah,
That's
Brenda.
not a very 1920s English name, but okay.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, trust me, I'm changing names, but a lot of the names that were actually in the reports were pretty contemporary style names.
Okay.
All right. The names that I'm
intrigues-
using are not far off from the
Okay.
original names.
Okay. Well, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I
right,
don't know much about the history of English names, so
Yeah. I mean, they got to come from somewhere, right?
okay.
All right, so
All right.
she whispered Brenda, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and he's trying to strike up a conversation with her because, he's thinking, I'm behind the curtain with this beautiful woman. And he didn't exactly know everybody at the party, just the majority of them, and there were a couple people that he had seen that he didn't quite know. He thought maybe he should get to know a little later, but, whatever. They're playing a game right now. Cool. But like, he tried to strike up a conversation with her, asking her how she was enjoying the party and, asking what kind of stuff she's into and whatever other pickup lines from the 1920s you could think of,
Hey, kid, you got moxie. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
But she wouldn't answer. Anything he said, she wouldn't answer. So he was like, all right, fine. I guess we'll just sit here and just play by the rules like we're supposed to, But pretty soon, Anne came along, saw Aaron, and challenged. And he didn't answer, so she joined them as well. And she asked if he was the murderer, and he said, no, the person next to me is. And she reached across, and what do you think happened?
There was nobody there.
No, there was somebody there. She felt their silk dress, and she felt like their tummy area. She's like, all right, cool.
Brenda.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Brenda. So Anne and Aaron broke the rules a little bit by talking a little. And Anne said that she was starting to get tired of this game, and Aaron agreed. So they both felt that there was something different about the house in the last couple rounds. All right, so they're spending all this time just kind of whisper chit-chatting back and forth about stuff and how things are going and everything. And soon, though, Christopher, the father, came through calling out for them and turning on the light. He told them that the others had found the murderer and had been waiting for them for hours.
Hours?
Hours.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a huge house.
Yeah, but still, like, I'm sorry. There's no way I would have the patience to stand behind the curtain for hours waiting for this game to be over.
Right, but, I'm pretty sure that they're still... it's a big house. They're thinking people are probably still looking or whatever. As far as they know, they found the murderer, and they're doing what they're supposed to do, aside from chit-chatting, And probably, as far as the other ones are thinking, they're thinking, oh, Anne and Aaron probably finally got together.
Yeah, they snuck off somewhere.
Let's give them a little bit of time or whatever. But, like... after a while, Christopher's getting impatient. He goes, all right, I'm going to go get him. So he runs up and he's calling out to him, and he turns on the light in the hall. Well, he sees them there behind the curtain, and he told them, he's like, hey, we've been waiting hours for you. We've already found the murderer, and we've been waiting for you. What's up? And then that's when Anne and Aaron kind of looked at each other. They're like, no, you didn't find the murderer. We found the murderer. And Christopher was getting mad at this point and pulled the curtain back to see who was with them. And when he did, no one was there.
Dun, dun, dun.
So Aaron says, dude, no. Brenda was here with us. And Christopher's like, what the hell are you talking about? There's no Brenda here. None of my guests are named Brenda. And he's like, but Brenda. I asked her name, and she said Brenda. And then that's when Christopher's like, dude, I can appreciate a good prank, but this is not funny.
Yeah.
The woman who died at the party years ago was named Brenda.
Dun, dun, dun.
So they all decided to go back to the drawing room and play charades for the rest of the night.
So they all decided to leave because they need to get the hell out of here before they start dying for real.
Merry Christmas! All right, Miss Pixie. Now you've heard the story. So tell me, is this real or is it real? You know what we need to call this? Is this an E or is this an A?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you tell me, Miss Pixie, do we have an E or an A?
And of course, E being REEL and
Yes.
A being REAL.
Yes, of course.
All right. I don't know. There were parts of it that seemed very much familiar to me,
Yeah.
like as if they were in a work of fiction,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's something that I've seen personally.
Okay.
Gosh, I guess I'll go with A, REAL. This really happened simply because I cannot put my finger on what it would be if it were something fictional. So real REAL. We have an A.
Yes, we have an A. Now, the answer is it's fiction.
Of course it is.
This is a story called Smee by A.M. Burridge.
Shmee.
Okay. Instead of murder, they were going around saying Smee,
Smee.
as in it's me.
It's me. Right.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. Smee. So that was the actual name of the game, not murder. Murder is a variation of hide and seek, but Smee was something else.
Right.
The game I described, that's called Smee.
Okay.
So A.M. Burridge was a writer that wrote fiction stories for pulp magazines in England. He's known for his horror and ghost stories, but he also wrote a children's novel, romance stories, historical fiction, and his memoirs as a soldier during World War I.
Huh.
Yeah, but
Okay.
his career is defined by his horror stories. Go figure.
Yeah.
They've all been compiled into a collection of anthologies called Between the Minute and the Hour, some ghost stories, because that's creative title, and Someone in the Room. All right, so he passed away in 1956, and M.R. James, you know M.R. James, right?
Well, not personally.
Well, no, but you know who M.R. James is.
No, not that either.
Pretty famous author. All right, so M.R. James considered Burridge one of the few horror writers who had best realized what a ghost story should be.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of scholars agree with that.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like, it wasn't, jump scares in your face, what seems to be popular now. It was very more subtle and, yeah. It didn't have a great ending, though, but that might have just been your summary of telling it.
That was ghost stories back then.
Oh, okay.
That's just how ghost stories were. I mean,
that's one of the things that threw me off, and I thought, okay, well, maybe this is real because it just kind of, oh, yep, that there was ghosts. There you go.
Yeah, but the trope of, whenever someone writes a story and the ending is, but that person was a ghost.
Yeah.
That trope came from Old English ghost stories.
Ah, okay.
Because that's pretty much how their stories went. They would just tell you something that happened, and one of them happened to be a ghost.
So the game that they played.
Yes.
It's very similar without the hide and seek part. It was more of a just one room social type thing where you had to figure out who had the card that said that they were the murderer by walking around and talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a version of that was used in Only Murders in the Building.
That actually sounds kind of fun.
It was either season 1 or season 2.
Yeah.
It might have been season 1. But yeah, so that's why, like, when you started talking about that game, I'm like, this sounds so familiar, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh, that's
okay,
right. It's from
that's where I
this show.
right.
Yeah. I do want to put in this disclaimer right here, okay? The real Red House in Bexley Heath, there is a real Red House in Bexley Heath.
Ah,
They have no paranormal or ghost stories tied to it. This is just a house that I found on the internet because I wanted to make this story kind of, oh, there's a historical
Right.
significance here. You
seem
know?
more realistic.
Red House is currently a historical museum that you can tour today. And also, they've been finding new William Morris pieces throughout the house until like 2013.
Huh. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to Google William Morris because I'm interested to see what his art looks like.
It's actually it's called Neapolitan. I don't want to say
Neoclassical?
no, not neoclassical. Neo-Napoleonic.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, something like that. But like it's
Well, that
pretty
would make
much
sense
just
for
like
that time period. Yeah.
that style of painting, trying to bring that back into
okay.
into prominence.
Into
But
popularity.
yeah,
Okay.
but just a reminder, Red House, the actual real Red House in Bexley Heath, has no ghost stories tied to it.
Probably not haunted. Don't go there trying to find ghosts.
Exactly. I mean, even if they
Go
are
there for the art and for the knowledge,
the
learning
history
about
museum,
History. Yes.
you know, and see the artwork and the beautiful architecture in this building. Oh my God. I saw pictures of this place and I'm like, holy crap.
But definitely
This
don't
building
go.
is gorgeous.
Definitely don't go anywhere near London around Christmas.
No, do not. Do not.
Just don't.
Absolutely not.
There will be
Especially if you
aliens.
see blue boxes flying through the
Yes,
sky.
exactly.
You know, no, don't
Yes.
do it.
Don't go to London for Christmas.
All right, Pixie. So, what'd you think? Did you like the story?
I did. I enjoyed that story. I was invested. It was a little straightforward though. Like you knew that, like when he climbed in that wardrobe, that it was a ghost.
Yeah. What
You
was
knew
going to
behind
happen?
the curtain it was a ghost. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was still good though. It was good.
I mean, once again, that's English ghost stories for you.
Yeah, but it was still good.
Those tropes came from somewhere.
It was still
But
good.
yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. I
I've read-
think that it would, not so much a movie, but I think that it would make a nice, maybe in an anthology. It would
Yeah.
make like a nice episode for an anthology.
If like BBC did a limited series or something.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That'd
even
be
know if you
cool.
could stretch it into a long enough to be a limited series, but maybe like an anthology series with that being one of the stories.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. But, all right, everybody. That is episode 7 of the Real or Real podcast. Did you know about this story? Did you catch on to my little ruse? Or did you get caught up in it and think, this very well could be true? Let us know.
And are you enjoying your Christmas in July?
I know I am.
We need like some jingle bells.
Dun, 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 dun,
Like some
dun,
sleigh
dun,
bells. Some sleigh
dun,
bells
dun,
ringing.
dun, 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 dun. And it's
Okay.
fun. It's funny because, like, you know, where we live, it's the same temperature all year round.
Yeah.
So
we don't have a cold Christmas.
we never have a cold Christmas.
Yeah. But that's okay.
Anyway, yeah. So that's the episode. If you are interested in coming on the show and telling us a story, then, or if you're interested in just coming on the show and telling us, trying to guess whether you think the story is real or not, then shoot us an email at Crojan, CROWJAN .designs@gmail.com. And we'll send you a link and you can join us and talk to us about stories, you know? And one more thing, if you would like to show support to the show, you can always run to our shop at crojandesigns.com/shops. And there you can find my artwork. You could find designs, merch. You could get prints. You could get lots of stuff. You know, that really all.
You
Yeah.
can get a t-shirt that says Bone Dragon or Pixie Dusted.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You know that awesome t-shirt that Pixie wears all the time?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You could get that shirt. But, you know. All right, so thanks everybody for listening, and we will see you in the next episode. So, until next time.
Keep it real. La 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 la.
Jingle, 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 jingle.